Ugh.
You are dead!
CryptoLocker. This particularly nasty virus, first discovered in September 2013, is a Trojan horse ransomware that targets computers running Microsoft Windows. A CryptoLocker attack can come from various sources. One such is disguised as a legitimate email attachment. When activated, the malware encrypts certain types of files stored on local and mounted network drives using RSA public key cryptography, with the private key stored only on the malware's control servers. The malware then displays a message offering to decrypt the data if a payment through either Bitcoin or a prepaid voucher is made by a stated deadline. It threatens to delete the private key if the deadline passes. If the deadline is not met, the malware will then offer to decrypt the data via an online service provided by the malware's operators for a significantly higher price in Bitcoin.
So wait, CryptoLocker, aka just a ransomware, is highly more dangerous than any of the other viruses that you have listed, such as MyDoom, Code Red, and its predecessor, Code Red 2, Melissa, Storm. They're not more dangerous than just a fucking ransomware? What the fuck? From a perspective, though, I could sort of understand why CryptoLocker could potentially be number one, but there are just way more viruses out there that do more damage, such as Code Red and its predecessor, MyDoom, and all the other viruses I mentioned, and you've even mentioned too. Hell, there are ways to even prevent CryptoLocker. There's even a program that actually prevents CryptoLocker in the first place. Hell, you could even restore your system memory before he was actually corrupted by CryptoLocker to the last time that you had it before the virus even began.
The Devil's Game. The Devil's Game is an incredibly dangerous game that some say is rather difficult to pull off or even make work. The devil is a rather odd supernatural being, rooted in many different religions and occult rituals. The Devil's Game is one ritual on how to contact him. The ritual explains that by entering a church at 11:30 p.m., you'll need a wall-sized mirror, red string, red or white candles, and salt. Once you have the mirror in place, wrap the string around it and tie it together. This is to bind the spirit and simply protect yourself from him so he won't get out. Place the candles evenly apart. Now they need to be red or white because those symbolize purity and protection. As you can tell, most of this is for your own protection, and most of this protection is usually based on belief, so you may want to experiment if you wish. Now, put a circle or half circle of salt around the mirror. Finally, you'll need to sit down and simply pray or believe the devil to be present. Keep in mind, this part of the ritual must be done between the time of midnight and quarter past. It's been rumored he will show up. However, he's more likely to appear on days such as Friday the 13th, Halloween, or simply a day that has a dark psychological effect. This is again a belief-based system. If all goes according to plan, he will be looking at you through the mirror. It is of vital importance to never look into his eyes, but rather keep your eyes focused on his face, as looking directly into his eyes will cause him to suddenly appear outside the mirror in this realm. Now, the devil game is played between you and the devil. One will ask the question, and the other will answer. You will need to answer what question he asks, truthfully and honestly, and he will be forced to do the same. But remember, the devil's game can go horribly wrong and can be incredibly unpredictable should you decide to stumble on a question or take too long to answer.
Okay, just a quick question, Tats. what version of the Devil's Game were you actually reading? I felt that the version apparently from what you're reading is actually quite vague. What I'm reading, I appear this read very different from what you're kind of seeing the Devil's Game in your own perspective.
I'm a little dysfunctional, don't you know? If you push me, it might be bad. Get a